Hello and welcome to another episode of Tegrin Toy Shop, where today we're attempting to straighten up the Knobsled after I crashed it. Yeah, that wasn't a particularly good day for me. I've hurt my ribs quite badly, so I'm on light duties. Bent this quite badly, so it's on light duties. And yeah, bit of work to do. So first thing to do with this is strip it all down, see what bits are bent, and then attempt to straighten them one by one and then bolt it all back together. So let's get into it. So that's the old back axle off. I put the other hubs back on so that we can concentrate on straightening the front now. So all of this tub and everything is going to come off, and all of the bracing inside, and then we'll just try and straighten everything one bit at a time. So with the tub off now, you've got more of an idea of how this thing actually works. It's the entire back end of a scooter. So Honda Bali 100, for anyone who hasn't been keeping up with what this build is. And then it's bolted onto the remains of the front frame of the wheelbarrow, which is these custom brackets and things here that I've fabricated. There's one on that side, and there's another custom bracket here, which just picks up on bolt holes on the scooter engine. I'm quite happy that everything that I've built hasn't bent. The main bend here being in this tube. You can see where this tube has completely flattened down. So the entire front end has bent down. I had bracing inside the tub, which was enough normally to stop that from flexing, but if you start hitting things at speed, yeah, you're going to bend things. So what we need to do now is strap this bit down to the bench and then get a trolley jack or something on the front and start to lift the front up and get it back to roughly where it was. You can see the carb here is meant to be level. That's how far we've managed to bend it down. So yeah, a bit of work. Pretty solid now. Now this sort of opportunity is going to be a good chance to redo some of those little bits and pieces like that that can really ruin your day, where wires fall off and that sort of thing. So this is a good chance to go through all of that lot and rework anything that needs a little bit of attention. So I've jacked this up now and got it somewhere back near where it wants to be, but there's a lot of tension on these, and these haven't actually come back to the right shape. So what we're going to have to do is put some squeeze on this side to take some of the tension off, and then what we're going to do is run some bracing from here up to here, so that we're running back to a strong point, and then probably something from here to here as well, just to stop it from doing that nonsense again. So the next job now is to ignore this. We need to walk away and we need to get the tub strengthened up, or rather get the tub straightened up, so that we can then sit the tub back on to see where this is all meant to sit. The plan is with this is to get some blocks of wood on the floor, put the tub on the blocks of wood, and then hit it with a hammer. Let's see what happens. So these tubes go inside the tub, and you can see here, this is meant to be straight. So we're going to straighten these out, and then hopefully that'll all go back quite nicely. Again, I'm quite happy because none of my welds broke. It's all things outside of welds breaking, which inspires a bit of confidence in my welding. So if we put our newly straightened tub roughly in place here, I've already got an issue. So what it's done is jacking this up has actually bent it here rather than bending it back here. So these holes are about 1 inch out. So what we're going to have to do is bolt the tub back on with its bracing, with it not jacked up, and then jack it up to see how that goes. Now the problem I'm going to get now is when I try and jack this up, it's going to catch against this bracing. So turn this round out the way, that should hold that while we, hopefully when we put the jack on this now, it's going to so now that this is straightened up and in the place it should be, what we're going to do is get some bracing and give that a bit of a fettle, and we're going to weld that up into there. That transfers all of the load now down into there, so we've got a triangle running there hopefully, which is going to make things a bit better. Now that it's all, once it's bent, it's going to want to go back to where it was, so I've got to make it twice as strong as it was before to stop it from even thinking about going back to its bent state, unfortunately, ruining the lines of it. Now, I can't do fancy animations and I'm not very good at drawing, so you've got a whiteboard and some pens, and you can be happy with it. What we've got here at the moment is we've got the wheelbarrow, we've got our little trailer thing, and the steering neck on it is at this sort of angle. And if you draw a straight line through this steering neck, it'll come down here and it touches the ground way behind the center line of the front wheel, which gives you what they call negative trail. Now, the problem is, what you get with this is effectively on the ground, this is your pivot point. So when you're going along and you try to slow down, when you're going along, you try to slow down. If the wheelbarrow comes slightly off straight ahead, it will push, and it will push, and it will try and make the barrow go into full lock one way or the other, and you really have to fight it. So what you want is for it to naturally want to travel straight, and you want to be fighting to get it to turn rather than fighting to get it to stay straight. So what we need to do is change this. So if you get rid of this now and put the steering head at this sort of angle, you can then draw a straight line there, and you can see that this straight line here lands ahead of the center line of the wheel, which makes that gives it actual trail. So now effectively your pivot point is here. So when you are under deceleration and pushing along, your wheel is trailing behind your pivot point. So that's the idea. So what we need to do now is go and chop this steering head and tip it and do some welding. So I spent a bit of time messing about yesterday to try and work this out off camera, because nobody needs to see me just wandering around holding pipes and tubes up to stuff for 3 hours or whatever it was. So what we've done is we've chopped off this piece of the old steering neck, wherever it is. I don't know where it is now. Here it is. So chop that off. We've put this elbow and tube in up to the headset here. We've got an extra 2 bars going there and there. What we're going to have to do now is put a triangulation bar from here into here, because at the moment we haven't got a triangle. We've only got kind of a messy rectangle. So the problem is with this is that there's chance for flex. So what we want to do is put 1 bar in just to triangulate this up. I might put some diagonal bracing in to strengthen it again, but probably not. It'd probably be fine. And then what we'll do is we'll put some gusset plates on here and here. Possibly. We'll see how it looks, to be honest. Playing it by ear. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Coffee first. So that's everything tacked together on this now. We've got the got this spar in. Yeah, all of that is ready to be welded. Front is ready to be welded. So what we're going to do now is strip it all to bits. So take this trolley off so I can go to swing it around to weld round properly. Engine and the front wheel are going to come out of this. I need to put new front brakes in it anyway, so perfect opportunity to do that. And yeah, I can get all of this all of this welded up while it's all apart. So last night during one of our workshop hangout nights, I ended up pretty much putting all of this back together. There's a few bits left to do. I need to change these braces, so do the headstock bracing here, trim off my cable ties, fit a brake cable to it, and then we're ready for a test again. Exciting times. So there we are, that's it kind of together. It sits a lot higher under the hoops than it used to get more, it was to get the bars out of my way more than anything, out of my ribs. Extended neck, so you can see that little pad is where I kneel. So all that's left is to give it a little test. That's the first time I've ever driven this, and it's not fought me. Once it's upright and it's going, it seems to be tracking nicely, and it seems to be working really well. Fingers crossed. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I've just got to adjust the brakes, and that's it then. Thank you for watching again. If you're going to the Bike Fest at Shelsley, I'll see you up there. If not, I'll try and get some footage of me going up the hill. Yeah, really looking forward to it now, because I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to make it or not. That's about it for this episode, and we'll let you know how we get on. Thank you for watching, and if you like this sort of thing, please like and subscribe.